having a what? Readiness to revenge all disobedience. So you got to want to do this. I got to want it, right? I want to get back at not the person, but the devil. Hello? Because I let the devil deliberately let me fall for this. Intentionally let myself be tricked by the devil. Well, you're going to do it again? You may, but you overcome sooner or later. I may, but I overcome sooner or later if I want God. Right? God said we could overcome, and we must. Right? If you don't fight, you're going to give in, and you're going to lose automatically. Is it worth fighting for? Huh? Having a readiness to revenge all disobedience. Then he said, what? When your obedience is fulfilled? So now he's saying that when it's done, God will know. And you will too. Why? Because you'll know you'll be released from that bondage. You'll be released from that sin. You'll know you're forgiven. God will put his seal of approval on it because you'll feel free inside. You won't feel the weight and the bondage. Didn't it feel good when you gave up cigarettes? Didn't it feel good when you went? First, it didn't feel good when you went to a person and you know you owed them. It felt bad. But soon afterwards, did you feel a release, a freeness? How many of us? Because that's the way God operates. It ain't the way man understands it. It ain't psychology, psychoanalyzation, and all that stuff. It's the Spirit of God moving in the spirit of man, of the human beings, to make the wrong thing right. Because we can't do it ourselves because of sin. Sin is death. It's bondage. And God came to set the captive free. His Spirit tells us we free indeed. The devil tells us, no, you ain't. God said he's a liar. Whose report we going to believe? But the devil won't let us believe that. And I'll tell you why.
Do you look on things after the outward appearance?
Oh, that's the reason. Right there. Is it not? We see the illusion. God sees the conclusion. He told us the conclusion of the whole matter is to fear God and keep his commandments. But we're looking at the illusion. Are we not? We see what we think we see. And what we see all the time ain't right. Especially in our mind. Imaginations casting down what imaginations? Down imaginations, right? My images, my dreams ain't always right. And they sure ain't real all the time. Even though some of them seem real, right? Seem real. And guess what? The devil wants to put a lot of those things into action that you say, oh man, that would be bad. How many of us would say that would be bad? If all those thoughts we had just popped on out and happened. How many was just ready to go crawl under a rock? Huh? Because we know they ain't right. A lot of us have thoughts even while we're here, right? And they ain't right? We got to bring them into captivity to where? Verse 5 says, bring them into captivity, every thought to where? The obedience of what? Of Christ. So we got to bring them under the word, under the blood. Devil, you can't have your way. Loose here, thought. No, you ain't right. Out. Do it go always automatically? Not always. You got to fight. It's a fight. Huh? While somebody cussing you out, it's a fight. while somebody lying on you, it's a fight. Huh? That pride is a fight. Is it not? And so many other sins that and weights that easily beset us. It's a fight every day, even at night, even while we sleep. It's a fight. Because sometimes we are so much under the condemnation or the conviction of God, condemnation of the devil or the conviction of God, that even we can't sleep good. Been there? We need help, don't we? Totally. Did you have your hand?
I want to say that when you said about the imagination, cast down imagination, and the question in verse 7, do you look on things after the outward appearance? You know, all my mind always goes back to when I first came to Calvary Chapel. You know, that's how come I knew it was different. Because, and I'm saying it to say, how many part God was in Mother White, Sister Mitchell at the time. Now, it's not Mother Logan and Mother Diamond, but I'm just saying, when she could have been the person, which I would have been here, she had looked on me and allowed those imaginations to take hold. Like I did it one time. And since I know I came to God, tore up from the floor up in a hot mess, she could allow those imaginations about me take over her thoughts, and she would not have been the person she was for me in my life. I wouldn't even be sitting here. And that's why I can thank God for that, because she allowed the Lord to use her in the past where she saw to help where the need was needed in my life. And I was just thinking about that. You know, because it's easy to look on people. It's like my job. There's a guy there that you just look at him, you know when something's not right. And the young lady talking about. When she came to me to say something negative to him about him, she wanted to include me in it, even though she was talking to someone else. But before I realized it, I said, no, I'm not in it. I will not talk about him. I said, whatever he's doing, you're allowing it, and you have to be the person to change it. So don't talk about him and then want to use him at the same time. I will not be a part of that. And before I realized it, it shocked me that I even said it. But I was determined I don't want to be a part of that.
Good.
You know, and I'm just thanking God for a lot of things, listening to the word of God about myself, and things I have to work on and have to be torn out in me, but I'm trying a little more to get back there, because I want to get back there.
It's a fight.
But I can thank God that somebody was there that actually was past that.
Sure.
They weren't a hypocrite about it. When something was wrong, she'll tell you. If it was right, she'll tell you. It ain't no problem. Look, it ain't no problem. She'll tell you if you want to know. And I thank God for that, she didn't allow the imaginations that she could have had, and probably did have, but she rebuked Satan enough to help me out. And I thank God for that.
Amen.
That's a testimony.
Yes. And this is why it's important that we go forward. We got to grow more, right? Right? If we don't grow, then the devil knows when we're stunning, don't he? We know when we're stunning. We've been in the truth long enough. I knew that those same tricks that the devil using on me shouldn't be there still. But they are. Because who let it? And I can do better. I can get out of it if I want it. You can too. Amen? I got to find myself fighting though. I got to exercise my faith. Like when we exercise to try to get in shape, lose weight, get more healthier, it don't come easy, do it. You got to fight, and then you say, oh man, I did all this and I lost 1 pound, but I've been working on it 3 months. Well, 1 pound is still good. You ain't going up, right? 1 pound is good, especially if you've been carrying these pounds for 30 years. Hello. It was easy to put it on, like sin. Hard to get off, like sin, right? So you got to work at it and be willing. I got to be willing. You got to be willing to exercise your faith in God, in His Word. It ain't going to come easy just because you want it. I can go and buy all those machines and pills and whatever to lose weight. But when it come down to it, I got to get down to some elbow grease. Huh? It's a good thing to feel good, feel better, look better, sound better. Why? Because now my health is increasing, feeling much better. So is my attitude. So is my heart. So that mind. Same way with the Lord. Same way with the Lord. But if I don't exercise my faith, I will stay stunted. And the devil will know how weak I really am. And we know that too. Don't we? He says, do you look on things at the outer appearance? That's a question. And if I was to answer that, I would say, indeed I do. Would you? And I would also say, indeed I do also too much. Would you say that? And I could also add, indeed I do also too much. In is a habit a lot of times. Don't we? Yeah. But listen what else he says.
If any man trusts to himself that he is Christ, let him of himself think this again, that as he is Christ, even so are we Christ.
So Paul is saying to us, if you think you're there, I can tell you that I am too. But I can tell you also, Paul was letting these Christians, Corinthian Christians, know that you couldn't serve two masters. That you can't give in to the world. Yeah. And think you're going to be an overcomer. It does not, will not work that way for me or you. Whether you've been in the truth, 30 years or 3 years, it does not, will not work that way. Hang on for a moment. First Corinthians, 2nd chapter. Exercising your faith to be an overcomer, to not be deceived, is an everyday task. Every moment, really, but every day. But remember, the battle is not yours. It's the Lord's. Amen? 1 Corinthians, 2nd chapter, verse 5.
That your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men.
Don't think you know as much as you think you know. Because if we knew it, we would be in better shape than we are. We would be doers and not just hearers. Am I right? And a lot of times when I think I know I'm doing right, I think it's right, I find that I have to go back. and realize that God's saying, no, that's not my